welcome back to the gory details. I still have my glasses on. I really don't need them. I haven't been on here a while. I had to get some eye surgery done in my eye, so everything is obviously in my eye. So everything is back to semi-normal. The one movie I'm gonna go ahead and this is probably gonna be a quick review because the movie was not great. I saw a couple movies, and I'm gonna also say a movie I want to see is Weapons. Haven't seen it yet, but it's out. But the movie I'm going to review, you can watch it on Tubi, of course, another Tubi movie, because when I get bored, I go to Tubi, and sometimes they have good movies, sometimes they don't. This one was called Rag Doll. Now, this one was a 2023 movie. Basically, it's in English, not like English, but like, talk like this in English. It's that. Anyway, and what I can say about the movie Ragdoll is that basically this mom and her girlfriend and the mom's little daughter moved into this house and they found a ragdoll up in the attic. But what they didn't know in this house is that there was murders committed and they didn't know what happened. They found this out later. So basically, the little girl is an asshole and she's mad that her mom left her dad for some girl. And so basically, they're trying to live together and they find this doll, and the girlfriend was like, well, maybe she'll like it. Your daughter will like it. Let's fix it up. So it was like clammy and old and moldy, and they fixed it up. But no one was aware, except for the little girl, that this doll came to life and was killing everybody. So the doll looks very horrible. And come to find out, I mean, it looks like an old Raggedy Ann doll, but is this tall, maybe about 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. Red hair. It looks a mess. Come to find out that the doll was basically made out of some human skin. And they heard, well, when they finally found out about what's going on with the doll, that I guess the people that lived there before in the first place, the daughter died and they used some of her skin, something like that. You might have to watch it. I don't remember a whole bunch of that because it wasn't a great movie. Yes, I watched the whole thing because I thought maybe it would get better. It did not. So basically, this doll is killing people, and it starts to blame the little girl. She's probably about 12, 10, 11, 12, something like that. So the doll just goes around killing people. So it's called Ragdoll. So it's not like the best movie. It's not the worst, but it's not great. There's a couple people in it that, I mean, some people might know. Let me check here. Some people might know who, because there's a couple people in there that've been on other Tubi movies, I believe. I guess there's this one lady in it who is famous for doing kind of like B horror movies, and it's the main mom, and her actual real daughter is in the movie, which I am so sorry. I don't know why they casted the daughter. I know because it's the daughter, but she was horrible at acting. She sounded like this. And why do that, mommy? I don't want to do that. That's how she sounded through the whole thing. And I'm like, is there something wrong with her? Why is she acting like that? It was like really awful. What is that girl's name? Ragdoll. Oh, there's a girl named Danielle Scott in it. And then also this Asian actress that I guess she's a British Southeast Asian actress. She was in it too with her daughter. What is her name? I'm trying to look it up here. Her name is Chrissy Wuna. So she's been in a lot of other Tubi things as well. The acting on the adult parts was not great, but it wasn't horrible. But the little girl, I understand you want to cast your daughter, but she was horrible. I'm sorry. She literally would talk just like this. But mommy, I do not like her. Why are you not with daddy? That's how she sounded. It was insane. I'll go ahead and add a picture on here so you guys can probably watch it. I think there was another one. I know I was just going to do a quick review on one movie, but I actually did see another movie because when I was off for my surgery, I basically with one eye a little bit was watching the movie. There was another one called, what was it? Weekend Deadaway. Now that one was a little bit better. I wish it would have ended better. It's about all these people that have pretty good money. They're working and they're like, oh, we want to we need to have a weekend getaway. The guy wants to propose to his girlfriend. They go to this bar like in the middle of LA somewhere. And the people were like, "Oh, you want a getaway?" And they gave him like a flyer, not knowing that the people who own this bar also own this cabin that these people are going to go to for the weekends. And it's basically they kill them and chop up their bodies and use it for meat. So basically, it started out good. You think it's going to get better, but then it was so predictable. Like one by one, they were dying. Like these two died, and then these two died. It was all happening. It seemed like within a half hour, they were all dead. And and then there's a girl at the end that you think is going to get away. I'm like, oh, okay, good. She's going to get away. She finds a cop, a sheriff actually, and he heads her back to the cabin where, of course, he was the son of the main lady who was wanting these people dead for their meat so she could sell it. So that one was a little bit better than Ragdoll. I believe it was Weekend Deadaway. That's what it was called. There was really no one that I've seen in it that was in other movies that I can think of. Like I said, a lot of the Tubi movies, unless there's movies that have already been made and they put on Tubi, most of them are not great movies. They're like low budget, the acting kind of sucks, but some of them you can find that are pretty good. So those are the two that I would say go ahead and watch. There was another one. Okay, I know I said I was going to do one review. There was one more also on Tubi called Sugarcane. Now this one was weird as fuck. This guy would go into a coffee shop. He met this girl. She was nice to him. He was really awkward. He got on the laptop and he was watching, like on the dark web, people getting girls and torturing them, and then he would get money for it. So he decided to put on this weird, almost like a Donnie Darko mask, but different, like this bunny mask. And he kidnaps a girl, takes her back to his house where his mom that has dementia is upstairs, so he lives with her. And he starts torturing her for money. But there was someone looking for her. There was these people looking for her, so they went to find her because they're like, you know what, something's going on, because it was a girl. It's a lot going on. You might just have to see it. There was a girl another girl that was trying to get away from this dark web stuff. She ran away from it, but now in the city that she's in, she sees weird things happening, and she believes someone is abducting girls and taking them for this torture. So long story short for that, they go ahead and find the girl. They try to get her out. A friend of her dies while they're helping her. So basically the whole Sugarcane, you think it's going to be a really good movie. You're like, okay, this is going to be different. He's going to take girls kind of like a Hostel, but on the dark web. But he's really odd, and I don't think he's ever done the killing and torture before. He takes the girl and he's doing all this, like cutting her up, doing all this stuff to her. But basically, the girl that comes to rescue her and her, they get away. And that's basically the end. I mean, it's really interesting. At first, you think it's going to be way better than it is. And then at the end, you're like most Tubi movies, at the end, you're like, that is it. So that's Sugarcane. That one was all right. Yeah, I'll give it out of all these movies, 1 to 5, 5 being the best. I would say Sugarcane that I just reviewed, I'd give it a 2. I would also give the Weekend Deadaway maybe a 3. And because it was a little bit more, there was a little bit more storyline to it, even though the killing happened like right away. And then the first one, Ragdoll, I think it could have been better if there was better acting. Because you always have these haunted doll movies. But this one would have been good, though. The way the story was going, like, okay, a daughter died. The guy made a doll out of her skin. Her spirit supposedly is in there. So I think Ragdoll could have been a better movie if maybe they took more time to do it. Because the way it ended was just like, okay, they're blaming it on the little girl. They're not going to believe it's the doll. Was it really the doll? The girl, like, just being psycho, and it wasn't really the doll. I think there just could have been a lot more to it. I think it could have been better. So I'd give that one a 3 as well. Maybe a 3.5. Because like I said, if there was more to it, I think it could have been better. So the first one, Ragdoll. Now, all these are on Tubi, of course. Next time I review something, it might not be on Tubi. It'll probably be something else. But just to let you know, like, if you ever want to get on Tubi and you think it sucks, there are some good movies on there that you can find. So the very first one is Ragdoll. Second one is Weekend Getaway. And the third one is Sugarcane. Like I said, all of them together, all were not that great. They weren't horrible, but they weren't great. But if you want to watch them, I mean, there's some good parts to them. If you're bored, you have nothing else to watch, like I do. I watch all the scary movies I can most of the time. So that's why I go to Tubi and I'm like, okay, this one might be better. This might be good. You know, sometimes you can find some good ones. So that was just like a quick review, and I went through them pretty fast, but there was really not much to them. But if you do want to watch them, go ahead and do so. I mean, it will fill in your day if you're bored. But like I said, a lot of the endings to the movies, you're like, what? That's it? Like, especially Ragdoll, I think they could have elaborated more. So like I said, if you want to watch those three, they're on Tubi. You can get them anytime. Really no one famous in any of them. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and watch one of those and like, comment, and subscribe, you know, maybe put some comments on there if you did see it and if you liked it. I want to go see Weapons. That's still in the theater. I don't know when it's going to come out on my app for me to watch it, but I'm curious to see how good it is. I heard it's really good. And the last time I was recommending something was Bring Her Back, and that one was really good as well. So if you want to go ahead and watch those, go ahead and go to Tubi. And thanks for watching. Oh, yeah, and pleasant night.